Hi, everyone. Welcome to Domain Sherpa, and thank you for tuning into the podcast with the best domain name and digital asset content in the world. Today's episode is a Domain Sherpa review titled Champagne Supernova, featuring Drew, Logan Flatt, and Mark Levine. On today's show, we play the domain game featuring al.org, supernova.gg, guthealth.ai, and podconnect.com. And then we've got the NameJetGonnaJet segment sponsored by NameJet. We talk about some domains coming up for auction, including prz.com, osana.com, tapa.com, and donate.net. The Sherpas then talk about their year to date so far. We talk about what drives quality inventory and expired auctions. And we also hear about Mark's side hustle on independentpublishing.com. So definitely check all that out. And remember, if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, you can also watch the video version at DomainSherpa.com and on our YouTube channel at ds.tv. You can also listen to the shows on Apple and Spotify and other podcast platforms as well. So please make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button everywhere that you can and help Domain Sherpa grow the pie. We also integrate our shows in Muse.ai, which provides search functionality for the shows and transcripts as well. And now, big shout out to Unstoppable Domains, the ICANN accredited registrar that gives domainers powerful tools and the lowest pricing in the industry. They've joined the Afternic Fast Transfer Network and offer fully featured landers with LTO, self-brokerage, and just 3% commissions. Talk to them on X or Name Pros to learn more. And shout out to escrow.com. Here at MediaOptions, we've relied on escrow.com for years. They've handled some of our biggest deals, including 7- and 8-figure transactions. We use their specialized domain services because they understand domains. As the largest online licensed and audited escrow operator, escrow.com is fast, secure, and accountable with workflows built specifically for domains. Whether you're buying your first domain or closing million-dollar deals, they protect buyers and sellers around the world from fraud while ensuring smooth transfers. Escrow.com, domain deals done right. And also, big shout out to DNX.com. DNX is the domain name intelligence platform featuring all-in-one search results from the top marketplaces, including GoDaddy, Cedo, and Atom. DNX is the most advanced way to find and acquire your domain name, so go to DNX.com today. And also, finally, big shout out to our own business, MediaOptions, the #1 domain brokerage in the world. Find out more at MediaOptions.com, where you can also sign up for our newsletter for the best domain opportunities available on the market every week, and also featuring key insights and other helpful information related to branding, naming, and of course, domain investing. So with all that, it's now time to get into this episode of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. What's up, Sherpa Network? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jonathan Tenenbaum, a.k.a. JT, a.k.a. Jay On, a.k.a. Sherpa Winfrey, and I'm the host and producer of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Today's show is a Domain Sherpa review, where we get into the minds of successful domain investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics to become more successful domain name investors ourselves. These are the experts, the OGs, the best in the biz, our personal friends. It's all good and very excited for what we've got on the show today. There are 4 segments to a Domain Sherpa review. We've got the grand opening. That's where I intro the Sherpas. We see what's going on with them, talk about some related things, some unrelated things, drop some AKAs and all that good stuff. Then we've got the domain game. That's where we hear about what the Sherpas recently bought or sold. Everybody guesses. We keep score, and somehow, some way, someday, we're going to get some swag to the winner, maybe one of these Sherpa Island hoodies. Shout out to Jen Sale. Then we've got the NameJetGonnaJet segment sponsored by NameJet, where we review a list of domains coming up for auction on NameJet. We see what the Sherpas like, what they don't like. And then last but not least, we get into grand closing, where we discuss anything we haven't already covered, what's going on in the domain space, looking at the market trends, current events, allowing our guests, co-hosts, whatever you want to call them, to mention or promote anything they want to talk about that we've not already discussed, or maybe something we've already discussed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to do what we want. We're going to do what we do up in here. So with that, let's go ahead and introduce the Sherpas. Over to my left, I got my boy Andrew Rosner, a.k.a. Morpheus, a.k.a. the Dirk Diggler of digital assets, a.k.a. Drew. Drew got what I need, a.k.a. every Rosner has its thorn. Never going to give Drew up. Graybeard, the domain pirate in the building. What's up, dude?
So we're going to try Domain Don.
Domain Don, the Domain Don. Okay, I like it. A little titled, you know what I'm saying? I should
Well, actually, somebody came up with it on our team call yesterday.
Yeah. No, and you want it to stick. I get it, man.
And I was like, oh, I like that.
Like, you know, that's what it is, man. The Domain Don, you know? So Billy, throw up a little AI. Give Drew a little Domain Don treatment right now. A little, you know, Don Corleone of domains.
I have a domain offer you can't refuse.
You know, so Domain Corleone. Oh, I like it. We can make that work. So what's up? What else is going on?
Well, the world's burning. Everything is totally fucked up. But domains are selling like a mofo. So, it's all good. It's
Yeah,
all
I
good. We
mean, it
just out
is.
here pretending like nothing's happening and just selling domains. You know what I mean? Getting our customer service on and getting deals across the finish line.
Yeah.
We got a deal going on right now, big one, sort of a trifecta. And we got a stalker. You know what I'm saying? We got like somebody that's like just right on our heels trying to get what's ours. We're trying to close 3 deals at once for a client who's trying to merge with a new brand, and we got somebody else competing for that brand, and it's
Yeah,
like a race to the finish.
it
We're
is.
one step ahead. We're trying to keep it that way. You know what I mean? Gotta People don't know
So
when you
true.
hire us, you know what I mean? You get more than just a domain broker. You got a squad of elite negotiators and kidney stabbers, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever needs to be done, we just get out here, stab
Yeah,
people. We just
yeah,
do it. Just
snipers.
do what has to be done to get the deal across the line. That's
It is.
what Media Options does for you.
That's it, man. I like it. A little promo, but it's true. This deal we're working on, it is. We've got somebody trying to effectively
It's a
corner the.
one-on-one. I've never seen it before in my life. It's like
Yeah.
somebody literally right on our heels on all the names they're trying to cross the line with
We're trying to get
all at the
somebody.
same time.
It's a one word brand, and we're trying to get several domains to effectively corner the brand. And every deal is now being sort of
Stop. We're
interrupted
getting
or whatever
stopped.
by competing bids. Obviously, somebody is in the market for the same brand, and may the best man win. You know what I'm saying? And may the best team win. And we're definitely doing our thing up to this point. So knock on wood. It's interesting. I hate being cryptic about this kind of stuff. I'd love to be able to give some more detail because it really is fun, like a interesting, cool, kind of fun, like scenario and good for us because so far we've been on the successful side. So let's hope, again, knock on wood that we keep it that way. So anyway, all right, well, good stuff. Let's keep going around the horn because we have some pseudo special guests who've been on the show before, but are not on all the time. So 2 friends of mine that I'm excited to have on here. First of all, to my lower left, we got my boy Logan Flatt, aka Wolverine, aka Rascal Flat, aka The Earth is Flat, aka the Texas Tornado, aka Get Low, 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 Logan Flatt. What's up, dude?
Oh, life's good. Just living life with a almost 6-year-old and
Oh, yeah, man.
getting ready for spring break. So
Yeah.
just taking it easy, selling some names here and there, and life's good.
All right, well, very good. Yeah, you mentioned spring break, and I immediately look up at my account, like the upper right. I'm like, what is that's right. We're into March already. And we've got in the next couple of weeks, definitely have because we're trying to plan for spring basketball, and that involves all sorts of schedules and school schedules and spring breaks and vacations and all these kinds of things. So you guys going anywhere fun for spring break?
Yeah, we're going to Laguna Beach out in California.
Very cool.
And
love that.
there's a place called Montage. They own montage.com.
Oh, very cool. Love it. Little domain talk.
So we're heading out there for the week and take it easy. I tried to hook up with some of our buddies out in LA, but they're about 2 hours away. I mean, it's a 2-hour drive just to get together. So it's
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about LA. You realize how spread out. We noticed that when we were out at State of Braden's, we did the show, and then we did the little domainer meetup, and it was like trying to get from Hollywood, the Valley, and all these different and then the beach, and and you realize and then traffic makes it all pretty
LA's
insane.
tough.
LA is tough, but it's all good. We love LA. All right, well, let's keep it moving. Last but certainly not least, below me, we got the one and only Mark Levine, aka Marky Mark Levine, aka Mean Mark Levine, aka Levine and Shirley, aka Rage Against the Levine. What's up, man? How are you?
I just dropped that name. Rage Against the Levine. I bought it after the last time I was on. And I was like,
Let's go.
I feel this will be around if I drop it again.
It probably will be, but that's what's up, man. What's going on with you?
I'm doing great. Year's off to a good start. Awesome to see you guys as always. My fondest food memory of my life was at Drew's house, Portugal. When the guy he brought in the sushi chef.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I never left the table.
That was so good.
No, awesome to see you guys.
Well, speaking of sushi memories, you know what I mean? We had also a very good one that time.
I was, in Orlando.
In Orlando, man, and, I actually been meaning to ask you if you remember what the restaurant was because we're in Orlando all the time, and that place was fantastic, and I was a little bit skeptical and, just 'cause, landlocked Orlando
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
place was awesome. So,
I can try to find it.
let's do it, man. Let's dig into the archives and, yeah, that was a
It's on
good
the
group, man.
Facebook archives. It comes out once a year.
Yeah, for sure. Saiger was there. I mean, there was
Yeah.
a good domains group. It was part of that when they were doing the Merge conference,
Mhm.
which was a lot of fun. We were right outside of Disney Springs, running around there, and I barely remember. And this is probably how it goes with a lot of these. It's like I couldn't remember a session or anything that happened inside the conference, but I do remember a bunch of the fun, like sort of hangouts and stuff, including that dinner. So that was a good time. So.
Totally.
But yeah, man. All right. Well, so you said the year's off to a good start, so that's good to hear. I mean, and Logan, what about you? I mean, how have things been so far for you into 2026?
A little slower than last year so far because last year was a great knockout year for me, and,
Sure. Yeah.
but, it's good, it's just not as good as last year, so,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine, I'm fine.
Well, you had the XYZ sale last year, right?
Yeah.
And
More good is more better.
That's right. Yeah, so
and
last year was great and, can't no complaints about
yeah.
last year, but, just a little slower this year, but it's no big deal, the year's gonna be great.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting. Drew was talking about how active things are right now with you've
Mhm.
got all this geopolitical unrest and just crazy stuff happening out there in the world, and it's like you just wonder what impact these kinds of things have. Obviously, there's, an enormous drag on the market today. Oil is obviously all sorts of messed up. And then it's like, does it almost bring on sort of this idea of the physical world is fucked up and we got to bring it back to almost like a flight, online like we saw with COVID, it's like where it's like, hey, it's safer on the internet, you know what I mean, than it is out there in the real world. I mean, I saw like people just Dubai, for example, obviously, getting caught up in the middle of all this, people trying to exit, just trying to leave, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get on flights to get out, um, which is insane to me. I mean, imagine feeling that trapped to get your family out of town would be like $1 million. I mean,
Scary.
it's like, so.
Yeah, we have domain friends there, of course, and,
Yeah, of course, yeah,
but they so far they're safe, and we hope they stay safe, and,
yeah.
you know
Yeah.
Wild stuff. Anyway, I hope, yeah, I guess that's sort of like, we kind of do when there's crazy things happening in the world, we sort of, the sentiment across obviously us is that, for everybody just to, take care of themselves and each other and others and be safe. It's wild out there. Hopefully cooler heads prevail and,
Give peace a
and
chance.
give peace a chance, man, for
Mm.
real.
Right.
So we need to get
You know what I'm
back
saying?
to
Like I'm a black or white kind of guy. It's like, are we civilized? Because to me, it looks like we're a bunch of monkeys throwing spears,
Mm.
dressed up with fancy clothes. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
yeah.
And so if that's the case, okay, we can behave one way, and if we're gonna pretend we're civilized, well, then let's behave that way. But
Mhm.
it looks like we're off the reservation.
We're definitely in the uncharted territory. So, although we are and we aren't, at the same time, it's like history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes, right? And it's like, it's like same soup reheated, man. You know what I mean? We just, like,
Yeah, we said at the
anyway.
beginning of the year, we said, fasten your seatbelt. This year is going to be a hell of a roller coaster.
Yeah, we're seeing, but
It's just getting started.
yeah. So, but let's talk domain. So, I guess we can dive right into the domain game since, obviously we're doing what we're doing, and we'll keep it moving. So, what do you got, Drew? You got a buy or a sell? And hopefully, it's something I'm not aware of, so that way I can.
All right, let's go with a little two-letter.org, al.org, a buy.
Ooh, okay.
Like, you just
Oh,
bought it 5 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like,
Like I literally just bought this shit in real time.
Why?
al.org. All right. Get your phones out or some other way to put the score up or the price up. al.org. It was a purchase. I don't. All right. I don't know.
Ready?
All right. Logan, you got a number? Oh, all
Mhm.
right. Well, I saw your number. I'll show mine too. But Mark, what do you got?
I'm gonna say,
You can just tell us since you didn't do the phone.
oh, Sorry.
It's fine.
I'll
Just
get off
tell
my
us.
phone.
We've already shown ours, so you can just tell us.
Oh, I was going to say 50.
50. Okay. So we've got 17.5 for Logan. We've got 20K for me. We've got 50 for Mark. So,
There's going to be rumors of impropriety here.
ooh, okay. That sounds like me.
20,000.
Bang.
Ah,
Hey, look, these guys can attest because I wasn't like you mentioned the name for the first time on this call.
Yeah,
And,
it actually, there's no way that there was any impropriety because I literally was just emailed the domain while we were doing the intros. And I wrote the guy, I said, okay, done. I'll take it. And he said, okay, I'll put it in escrow. So
bang,
this all just
Nice.
happened in real time. So there is no impropriety.
bang. Let's go. Trying to get
Ah,
me
nice
right into
job.
it. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's a good buy,
a good
man.
buy.
That's a great domain.
I mean, look, I like to buy two-letter.orgs in the like 10 to 15 range. And I've gotten quite a few of them in the last 12, 24 months. I think we got maybe 10, 15 of these things. I don't even know. And I like them. I just like them. And AL in particular is like a really good one because it's got a lot of meanings. You've got, Alabama, you've got, it's AL is 2 of the most popular letters in the alphabet. Those are like 2 of the first 10 letters in Jeopardy. You know what I mean?
A lot of
No, in
American-
Wheel of Fortune.
yeah.
And so anyways, I thought 20, I'm gonna take it because I don't if I offer 15 or 18, somebody else is just gonna grab it. And uh so I just agreed at the asking price just to wrap that thing up.
Mhm.
And I think it's it's like half of Arabic starts with al, right? So,
Mhm.
it's got just a lot of meanings. A lot of
Yeah.
meanings.
Just starting with A, I think, is huge.
Yeah.
It could be A anything.org. It could
Yeah,
be
exactly. A Logan. Could be a Logan.
That's right. Hey.
There we go.
You might be
All
the
right.
Logan, but I got a Logan.
All right, well, good stuff, and I'll happily take the first point of the game, and we can keep it moving. Logan, what you got? You got a buy or a sell?
I've got a sale,
Good. Good.
and it's supernova.gg.
Oh, is this new, Logan?
Newish.
Champagne Supernova. All right.
Oasis, little Oasis in them,
All right.
Supernova.gg. It's a sale.
Supernova GG.
All right. Here's mine.
Hold on, simmer
Oh
down.
man. Just wait. He's like, all right, ready? 3, 2, 1, flip. All right. So we've got Drew is at 5,369. I'm at 15,000, and Mark is at 16,888.
Yeah. Mark wins it.
Oh,
What?
It was
I know everything about Logan and his GGs.
Yeah.
no,
I
it's,
mean, I didn't know the sale price, but
Our audience can interpret that as they will.
Yeah, 100%. What?
no, it was
it was a straight up guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one area I know well.
it was $18,700.
Ooh, okay. 18,700.
I only own one .gg, and that was Drew.gg that my buddy Mark here gave me.
Oh, that's awesome. What was
Yeah.
so what'd you buy it for? How long did you hold it?
Oh man, I
sell-
can't see what I bought it for. Have to take a look here.
You two are like the only dudes I know that like were early in .gg.
Yeah,
It's a great extension.
I paid $1,000 for it.
Oh, okay. $1,000 turned it into 17. How long?
Terrible return.
I bought it in 2021.
2021, 15x. Nice.
Man,
Oh,
for
wow.
15x in
18.
4 years, that's like
Oh, it's
amateur.
18,700. So it's 18.
Oh, yeah. There you go. 19. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So, all right.
A
And then where'd you sell it?
hell
Was
of a
it
deal. Well done. Well done.
where?
Thank you.
Let me ask you though, how do you price these? Is it just like, okay, good .ggs, this is what they go for?
Yeah.
Or is there is there any objective or subjective variables that you apply?
Well, it's something Mark and I were talking about recently is that Our GGs just seem to sell for 5 figures. I mean, somewhere in the 5 figures, if you're a good one word .gg with with an attractive SLD, you can ask 5 figures and get it usually. At least in our experience. I mean, last year I sold 5 or 6 in 5 figures. And
what was the one we had a buyer that I think we offered you 50 or 100 for one of your. What was it? It was
that was casino.gg.
a casino GG. You guys turned it down. I was like,
Yeah.
you guys are smoking crack. Did you ever sell it?
No, but that's 6 figures. That's not a 5 figure.
What did I offer you?
I think it was just 50.
50.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, that's me and Oren Arbit. He and I are partner on that. And we're asking definitely 6 figures for that one. So.
All right. Have you had an offer above the 50 we offered?
Well, yes.
Really?
Oh. Yeah. Turn that down too, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. We see it.
No GG for you.
Texas Hold'em, aka Texas Hold'em. That's what hold on.
Yeah, aka Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, but GGs are cool, hip, kind of cool extension, and it's spreading across different industries now. So it's got it going on.
I like it, man. It's I'm just going into my AKA sheet though, and I'm adding Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, we're like the Drew Rosners of GG.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt about it.
I love it, man. That's great.
Which is oxymoronic since you're all .com, right?
I mean, look, the truth of the matter, everybody thinks of me. I guess it's fair to say I'm a .com maximalist, but the truth is that I have a softer edge than that, and it applies to everything. I'm just pragmatic, and it's like I can go try and get cute in a new extension and apply my skills and hopefully But the truth of the matter is that like
that's good.
I have enough competitive advantage in the largest pool of buyers, which is premium.coms, that like it's just silly for me to really fish in other ponds. You know what I'm saying? Like I got one of the biggest, vessels on the open seas. I don't really want to,
hang out by the nearby pond.
That's it. That's it. And it's not to say that there isn't great fishing in the ponds, because there is, as demonstrated by the two of you, but and many others. But I just fundamentally believe that the best returns on a risk-adjusted basis over a long period of time are premium.com domain names. I think that it's basically all upside with no downside over a sufficient period of time, meaning that, the ability to buy them is actually the value proposition. So if you have the ability to buy at a not absurd price, your execution of that option is the value in and of itself. Once you've captured it, it's now no longer available unless you are willing to sell it. And you're probably only willing to sell it for a higher price than you paid. And that's ultimately what somebody else is going to have to pay over a long enough period of time, if it is in fact a premium domain, right? So let's say every name has the opportunity to turn at its price every 10 years. That's roughly the math, I think, is that like every premium name has an opportunity to sell for what it's worth every decade. Might be 12 to 15, but call it a decade. Doesn't mean most people, in fact, I would say, as has been my experience watching others through our brokerage business, most people say no to the best offer they'll receive over a decade. In my experience, most people say no to the best offer that they will receive over a decade. The vast majority of those come to regret it. Sometimes the wind blows and, they get a bigger offer and they get the price they want. But a lot of things have to align, to sell a domain for what you want as opposed to what it's worth. I don't even know how the hell I got on that. That was just a long.
No, but also as an investor, time is your limiting resource. You don't have time to go fishing for GGs or,
That's it.
What about AI? What about AI? Did you do any AI?
I mean, the funny thing is, like, I got a bunch of. I think actually Mark is also the guy that kind of pushed me to get some back in like 2019, 20. I want to say, and 18, maybe 18, 19, 20, something in that ballpark. And so I got 30 of them, 50 of them or something. And I've sold a few. I mean, in fact, I sold probably one of the first .AIs to sell for 6 figures. I sold Fix.ai for 150 grand in like 2019, 2020, something like that. I think 2020. And um but then the wholesale prices just got so absurd. And so people interpreted me as saying like I hate .ai. I didn't hate .ai. I still don't hate hate .ai. In fact, we've done probably, I don't know, $5 million in .ai domains in the last 12 months,
Yeah,
right?
we just
On
we
the
just did a
broker side.
nice yeah, we just did a nice 7-figure domain, for .ai. Actually, we
Yeah,
did.
I think we've done 3 7-figure deals for .ai domains, right? So, I don't hate .ia at all, but I just think that people were making enormous mistakes investing huge sums of money into .ai domains that I do fundamentally believe the pool of potential buyers for those domain names is both limited in number and in time. And so, um
It'd be
once
an interesting
wholesale prices
segue.
got up to be like wholesale price of a .ai domain basically became 10% of the retail price of a .com, and some of them even basically par with the retail price of the .com. And so I just think that that's absurd. I continue to think that's absurd. But the .ai domain market has say sustained for longer than I anticipated that it would. But uh I have, I would have liked to have gone deeper in them when it, in 17, 18, 19. But
Yeah, there you go.
I again, I don't think it's not like, oh, let me go play catch up now with, these ridiculous wholesale prices.
Well, and I think
So
that's a bit and that's fair. But without a doubt, I think AIs, the .ai domains continue to do their thing, and, we continue to help clients both buy and sell them, so it's like, let's keep it
yeah,
moving.
I'm agnostic. I really am. I'm a trader. So like I'm an investor and a trader. And I,
Oh, you
if it's
meant
hot,
trader and not
I want to
traitor.
sell it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I want to sell the thing. I want to sell, I only want to work with the hot girls at the prom.
Okay, okay, that's, cool.
The
Anyway,
goal
let's
for most high school guys. Okay.
exactly. Yo, this one goes out to all the guys who peaked in high school. Um, no, but all good, all good. All right, well, let's keep it moving because we're 2 names in, and it's time to get to the number 3 on the list, the domain game. Mark, what you got?
All right. I was going to do a GG, but now I'm going to do a .ai after
Ooh,
that
okay, I like it.
discussion.
Okay.
All right. Just sold this 3 days ago. GutHealth.ai.
Ooh, GutHealth.ai.
That is not the type of name I thought would like be popping off in .ai.
That's right.
Well, you're gonna be surprised.
GutHealth.
All right.
Ready?
Let's do it.
But it gives me hope. Gives me hope.
All right, so
Yeah, I can't see.
Drew is at 24,895. Logan's
Oh,
at
I like it. I like where I am. I
27,888.
like being the under here because
I like being the over. I'm happy being the over. I think I won the domain game, so I'm
happy being the
30,000.
You guys are really all in the range. It was 23,000.
Oh,
Oh,
down the
man.
house.
And it was a
The
crazy.
.ai hater takes it home.
Yeah.
I thought
And
I
it
was doing a victory lap. I thought I had it with the over.
I hand registered it in July 25.
Woo!
You
Wow.
see, that's how
awesome.
you do .ai is you hand register that shit and sell it for $24,000. You know what I mean? That's how you play the game, ladies and gentlemen. Like,
Dang.
this is the thing people don't understand. I love this. I'm so glad you brought that one up because it's like, this is the game. If you're paying 10,000, 15,000, you're buying a .ai in auction and you think, oh, there's a buyer out there that's going to pay me 150, 250. You are smoking crack. there are exceptions, and there are plenty of examples of the people that got that. But we're talking about, dozens of names versus the thousands of domains that you folks are registering and paying tens of thousands of dollars for. So, anyways, that is a very well done, my friend. That is a hell of a setup.
I mean, I thought it was a great domain. I mean, I think that
Look, somebody else did too.
Great, but gut health is a perfect. It's a thing that so many people are interested in, and it's a perfect thing for an AI tool where you put in symptoms and whatever it tells you to take this probiotic or that, or it seemed. I don't know.
Great name.
You don't
I
throw
liked
up
it
into a
the
bag.
second I bought it.
So here's what we.
You don't throw up into a bag and have it analyze your gut health.
I've done other things with ChatGPT, but not that yet.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bridge too far, a bag too far. All right. Well, look, here's where we are at the game now. So I've got a point, Mark's got a point, Drew's got a point. Logan, we're gonna need you to throw another name in the mix for the tiebreaker here.
Okay.
And because now it's like,
let's see, you want a GG or a .com?
Let's do a .com. This would be the only .com of the show, actually, on the domain game. So.
Okay. Let's go with, this is a sale.
Okay.
From a couple of days ago, and it's PodConnect.com.
Okay. PodConnect.
PodConnect.com.
PodConnect.com. All right.
PodConnect.com. PodConnect.com.
All right.
You can put it on your phone. Or you're just going to tell us more.
Hold up. I'm gonna change mine actually.
All right.
Mark, you don't have a calculator?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now, so we're at 11. Drew's at 11,369. Mark's at 12,888, and I'm at 15,000. Let's go.
I was at 14,895, and I changed it to 11,369. Now I took the under, baby. Now I took the under.
And that was the right move.
Oh, man.
Because I sold it for,
You know what separates good from great? Instincts.
What'd you sell it for?
I sold it for $4,995.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was a little bit,
Boom.
Paid
Hey,
$200 for it. So
boom, $200.
Still
And how long did you
20X.
have it? How long did you have it?
2020.
Yeah, nice. So, not a bad flip, and that's what it's about, man. It's just hitting singles and doubles, and then just
that's right.
Put runs on the board. I mean, no, I don't mean that, and it's not in a negative way at all. Like I would love that. So
it's one that I had priced higher over, but over time, after 5 years, and no one was biting, so lowered it to $4,995, and it sold. So,
boom, I like it. I don't like the fact that I lost the domain game after having a 1-0 lead early, but. I thought I was about to take it with Mark's name, and then I thought PodConnect, man. I thought we were about to do that.
If you go to the website, it's now a podcast guest finder,
of course, yeah,
tool or whatever. So
yeah,
probably many businesses out there doing that, but they chose a decent brand name for it. So.
Yeah, well, it's pretty wild, I mean, you look at like what's happened with, and it's like, this obviously makes a ton of sense. And it's actually, I'm looking at the site right now and it's very cool. I'm watching a show. We just started it the other night.
What do they do?
Connecting podcasts and guests.
Oh, I was thinking.
They also seem to have like, and you can actually book studios. You can book podcast studio space as well, which I think is also an important piece to that because, I think as podcasting and all this becomes, continually like, big, it's, the studio space is important. We don't do the live in studio version for our podcast, we've tried to do the live thing a couple of times, which is cool, but it's not easy, and, so having podcast studio services, I think is pretty cool. So one of my kids and I are watching a show, on Disney Plus called Wonder Man. Have you guys watched this at all? Anybody seen Wonder Man?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And, what came up on the show last night, which I thought was interesting, was that because it's based in LA, so it's a very actor, like there's a whole actor thing going on about the movie business and stuff, and they have spaces where you can go and film like almost like green screen little green screen studios, which is what they kind of brought up in the show yesterday. And I thought that was interesting, for people to like rent out and film little like, stuff using their own stuff, but like, almost like renting the studio itself. So I thought that's kind of an interesting tie-in and kind of a cool show. A little slow to start, but not bad. And so yeah, well, good job on the sale and congratulations, Drew, for winning the domain game. Billy, give him a little golf clap.
I think that's multiple weeks in a row.
Don't
Billy,
give him
check
anything.
that.
I don't want anything too celebratory.
Billy, check it. I think it's multiple weeks in a row. I think I'm on a streak.
Hey, the best part is you get some free swag.
That's
exactly. Exactly. But he's waiting for the all cotton stuff, so he doesn't want to wear anything. And now
alpaca.
Oh, right. The alpaca stuff. We're getting alpaca Sherpa stuff based on the last. So,
yeah.
So it's got to feel good on your skin, nothing but organic alpaca.
That's it.
That's it, man. I like it. All right. Well, hey, congratulations. And both to you guys on the sales and to Drew on the win. And that is the domain game.
MediaOptions is the industry's leading domain broker specializing in domain acquisitions, high-value domain sales, and domain name consultation. As pioneers and thought leaders on the subject of the domain aftermarket and domain name value, plus through their clear domain acquisition service, MediaOptions offers startups and established corporations an unparalleled scope of high-value domain options, providing access to domain names and curation technologies not available elsewhere. MediaOptions believes in the power of a great domain name and is dedicated to helping you obtain yours. Call or email today to put a domain to work for you.
And now we'll keep it moving. So let's move on to the next phase of the show, which is the NameJetGonnaJet segment, sponsored by NameJet. Go to the site, the show notes, download the Excel spreadsheet. You can see all the domains, the age, the back orders, minimum bid, order by date, source, reserve, Esteban appraisal. Take it with a grain of salt. We actually have something kind of interesting coming up on domain appraisal stuff that we'll start doing on the show soon. You'll see about that soon, as well as some other helpful, hopefully, stuff and resources. Good luck, happy bidding, all that good stuff. But first, let's see, based on the list, what the Sherpas think. So, Logan, let's start with you. What you think on the list? You like, don't like, thoughts?
The list is not my favorite.
Man, the list lately they've been tough, man. I don't know. Like, is the expiry? Is the NetSol expiry finally petering out a little bit? Is that?
Sure. But I got some that I like, some I don't like. On the like list, I like Tapa.com.
Yeah, baby.
I lived in the Philippines for a year back in Manila, and Tapa is a Filipino dish. But also it's a it's a great acronym domain as well as just a good brandable, just Tapa. I mean, something easy to spell and remember.
Oh yeah.
Then I guess next I like PRZ.com. Kind of like prize, I guess.
Yeah.
But any 3 letters is good. It's got some at least 2 good letters. Z is not the best, but it's could be zone. It could be any kind of word there would be with a Z would be good there. So I like PRZ.com and Tapa.com. I'll save the rest for the others. But what I don't like is Cash S.
Yes.
Don't like that one. And not a fan of TravelSupplies.com. I think it's just kind of just nothing special to me.
Okay. Yeah, the Cash is, or Cash S. It's interesting. I included, I almost pulled it because I'm like, this name kind of sucks, right? Because it's like one of those things that you see it and it's one of those names that some guys, that's what they're throwing in those one-word tweets where somebody's like, hey, I need a oneword.com. I've got a 6-figure budget. I only want single dictionary words. And then that's like the name that somebody throws in there and says, what about
I don't even
Cash?
think it's a word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
Well, it's like it's like a diner, named after Johnny Cash, like Cashes.
Yeah.
Cashes. Yeah.
It's like the only application is like a.
Well, I thought maybe Cash S for some, Cash S, but that's still
no. You thought
Cash
wrong.
sucks. Cash sucks. Anyway, yeah, but I'm with it. I literally put it on the list so somebody would tell me that they didn't like it, and
there you go.
Because and so yeah, mission accomplished. All right, Mark. What about you, man? What do you?
I'm with Logan. I didn't love the list, but the one I liked the most was SelfDiscovery.com.
Yeah,
I think that's self-discovery is a huge area. It can encompass many things, therapy, life coaching, all that kind of stuff.
Psychedelics.
And it's just and it's an authoritative name. and I have done well just in actual business with authoritative names, and I liked it the best.
All right, I
By
dig it.
far.
I like that name a lot too. I kind of felt like the appraisal's low. I think it'll go for more on NameJet. I think it's one of those if you can get. What are you trying to pay for that? If you can get it,
Me? Oh, once I see there's all these people in the auction, I'm a stems and seeds buyer, so I'm already out.
Stems and sticks and seeds. I feel you,
Yeah,
man. Hey,
but
sometimes you
some of them
smoke
are
what
going
you
to
can get.
grow
You know what I'm
with gut
saying?
health.
Like,
You know?
we've all been there. You know what I mean? You get what you get.
Uh,
Uh,
you know, I don't know, 10 grand, 15 grand. I mean, the .net's for sale right now for 10 grand. So,
Hmm.
it's a data point.
yeah, no, I think it's fair. All right, so you like self-discovery. What about any others that you like or don't like specifically?
I mean, donate.net. I mean, that thing's taken in whatever, 300 extensions. The XYZ is listed for 300 grand. There's random extensions like, dot company, whatever, listed for 4 to 10 grand. So, it's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I would agree. I like that one
Yeah.
too. So, all
I like it too.
right, cool. And then any particular one that you don't like or you're avoiding, you wouldn't even put it back.
The help robot I don't like because when I first read it, I thought it was help robot, like hell and then probot. So it was hard. Like it just looked weird. Maybe it looked different if, the letters were capitalized, but I didn't like it. I didn't like Edessa. I mean, I think these kind of city names I think it's a place in Turkey. The city names, if you buy one, you have to know what you're doing with it, or it's,
Yeah.
I've owned some of those that, I
So
was
few
kinda,
buyers.
huh?
So few buyers.
Yeah.
All right. No, I think that's all good feedback. All right, Drew, what about you, man? Bring it home.
Yeah, I mean, I like my orgs and my nets in here. I like my 4-letter CVCVs, so I could get my beak wet in here. I like derby.org, you know what I mean? Little horse betting,
Yeah.
derby.org,
Oh, okay. Okay.
donate.net. I kind of like Osana.com too. It's not terrible.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Asana I thought was interesting. I wasn't sure if it was a specific. I know there's Ace, Asana is the
yeah, yeah. I just
like the
say
project.
Osana. It's Sano, Sana. These are, these are. It's just another form of the word for like health and.
Yeah, I dig that in the health space. I think that makes sense, without it being specific.
Anybody like RERO?
It reminded me
RERO,
of,
Roro.
yeah,
It could be real estate something.
it's
Yeah, well,
it's hard to pronounce. It sounds weird when you say it.
Mm-hmm.
there's a good bit of use, kind of, sort of. There's some things. There's a reconfigurable educational robot kit. There's some art stuff. There's some video game stuff. There's some, yeah. But yeah, I would agree. That one's a little tough to say, but it's still a CVCV. So
What?
Rero or
Yeah,
Roro,
Rero. Yeah, I like it.
Roro,
We own Roro,
Roro.
Roro.
And then
Drew, what
So yeah, I
what
like Rero. I like Tapa. You know what I'm saying? I I'd get busy on all those.
would you guys think between the two, if you had to pick one, would you take Tapa or Rero? I think I'd take
Tapa.
Tapa.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
probably Tapa. You know what I mean? The repeating letter is very good.
Well, it just sounds better, right? It's easier to say Tapa.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
very
There's a lot of acronyms out there for it as well. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what about businessventures.com? Just too generic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very generic. I kind of like it though. It keeps coming back to me like business ventures. I mean, it's kind of like, we own bioscience or biosciences.com. It's like there's thousands of companies called something biosciences.
Mhm.
None of them want to own biosciences.com,
Right. Right.
And there's like thousands of companies called something business ventures, but none of them want to own businessventures.com.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to like travel to Japan, but it's really visit Japan, what you really
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
But-
Visit
but-
has just dominated the travel space forever.
Yeah, but if you're in the travel business, I mean,
Then
you
it's
could
a
do a
great
whole
pickup.
thing on travel to Japan. You could build a website there to be
Travel to Japan is a great.
be awesome.
Yep.
But
Totally.
as an investor, I just don't think it's a good investment.
Yeah. Unless look, you pick that up for $250, $500, probably upper limit, but like, it's a good 5-10 grand name, 15 grand name over some period of time.
Well, if you could build it out. Well, speaking of building it out,
Oh my God, you build it out.
wait, no, hold on. I have a specific thing I'm bringing up. So, did you guys see the tweet from Rick today, Rick Schwartz, about giving away his Bentley to somebody who could build out one of his domains? Is that what he? You guys see that?
Saw it, and
Submitted already? You already submit your idea?
I already built it out.
I'm saying
I already
AI
Claude-
agent beat us to it.
I Claude coded it, and
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
he's like and Mark pans the camera, and the Bentley's in his living room. It's like- But hey, man, sometimes I think that I like the approach because I'm all for the salesmanship, for the
Yeah, I love it.
getting some attention and that kind of thing. Nice car too. Shit's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's what's up. So okay, so that's the list. Everybody, good luck, happy bidding, not financial advice, all that good stuff, and shout out to NameJet. It is interesting though. The last couple of shows, the lists have been a little tougher. I don't know if it's sometimes just look. Obviously, it flows on an expiry schedule and stream that's unpredictable, right? And that's one of the things. Running NameJet as long as I did, that's the one thing. There's predictability, but there's also a lot of unpredictability. You try to and it's just. And I always am very, and again, maybe this is just me having, being somewhat personal, but always over time when one of the things when GoDaddy peeled off some of the expiry stuff from NameJet, and it's like, okay, that NetSol inventory is obviously what drives that's the engine that drives the machine. Over time though, I don't know that they're not getting a lot of new registrations, right? They're not getting so how long.
Well, new registrations are what drives that aftermarket. It's old registrations expiring,
No,
businesses going under,
of course,
people
of course.
dying, right?
Right, but at some point,
our
front-
business
front-
is driven by the pain, suffering, and misery of others. It's tremendous.
Yes, but the pipeline has
The
to
loss
stay.
of others is our gain.
The front end of the pipeline, though, can't completely stop because then at some point the party stops. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, that's also entirely untrue
how is that untrue?
because, like, there are exactly like our business. The last time we sold, I couldn't tell you the last time we sold a domain that was registered after 2000.
That's interesting. But what about the fact that names have moved?
In fact, I would even go as far as to say, like, probably greater than 80% of the domains that our business sells were registered prior to 1998, maybe even 97.
That's an interesting point.
Greater than 80% of our business.
But you still have to. If at some point the names are gone, right?
People die every day, man.
What about you guys? You guys have an opinion on this?
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I think that they're getting less stuff as time goes on, so there's less good stuff for them to auction off.
Right.
I think over time, yeah, I think it diminishes, and I think it's.
I think you guys are confused. I don't think it has anything to do with that.
I'm not saying that it's
new
I'm not saying it's a
registration
quick
pipeline. The new
It's a
registration pipeline is, let's say, obviously with exceptions, largely of no liquid value. The large majority of it has absolutely no liquid value of the new registration stream. The expired stream, which drives material aftermarket value, is all old domains. You can just look at the GoDaddy auctions, sort by how many years is this domain registered, and you're going to see that the vast majority of large auction prices are domains that are 20 to 35 years old.
Yeah. I think that's
Now, there's
fair.
rarely domains that are more than 31 years old on there, but occasionally you get them 32, 33, 34.
Right.
And that's where the value is. And so what drives a auction pipeline is are the registrars tied to that auction netting more domain transfers, not registrations, transfer ins, or are they losing transfer ins? If they
Yeah,
are
and look,
receiving more and more transfer ins, then it is likely that their pipeline of high value aftermarket domains for auction is going to increase. And if they're losing domains, then it is very likely to decrease. And so what you have is we have very materially watched GoDaddy's auction marketplace over the last 20 years go from mostly garbage to the highest quality drops on a regular basis because they have net received way more domains than anybody else.
Okay.
Transfers. And we've seen Network Solutions and Enom and Moniker and the, let's say, tier 2 registrars largely lose transfers, even the ones that were gaining in new registrations. And we've seen Namecheap somewhere in the middle. And so they've largely been able to capture market share, but not grow it to the extent GoDaddy has. GoDaddy has pretty much dominated. Dropcatch has been able to pick up most of the scraps. And, really, NameJet's competitive advantage has been the Network Solutions expiry stream and the 2Cows expiry stream.
But
And
those are
so,
gone. I mean, 2Cows is on.
as those largely disintegrate, the quality does too.
All right. That's
Yeah,
what that's what I was trying to say. You just said it more
yeah,
eloquently.
and I think that makes
You
sense.
were agreeing with me, not with JT.
I thought we were saying, why did the NameJet names not? Well, how come they're not as good? And
Yeah.
your answer is the right one. But
Yeah.
you
Well, and
said it
keep
way
in mind,
better.
the 2Cows inventory is not on NameJet anymore. Enom's not on NameJet anymore. This is all part of like GoDaddy peeling away,
There you go.
and leaving just the net
But we
salt.
still love you, NameJet.
That's
You're
right.
still our
No,
baby.
We still find
course,
good
look.
deals there.
Oh, look, hey, I would love to. I wish we had enough influence to tell people to stop bidding in auctions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that we could get more names for ourselves. But it's not that. I think it's just, and some of it is also looking at and really, it's not about the overall volume. There's plenty of names and there's plenty of opportunity there. I mean, and I think it's also, but calling it what it is, that some of the higher sort of like the stuff that pops a little more, that just doesn't seem to, just been absent from the list for a couple of weeks. And it just could be a few weeks, which really just brings up a domain conversation of topic of like what drives sort of auction, sort of activity, if you will. But I think the thing that's interesting too, when you talk about new registrations, it's like, all right, well, something like NetSol that was the original registrar, and has existed for forever. How long was their head start, right? 5 years, 6 years, 10 years? Like, what was it? Do you know? Because it's not like, I think that's also, I think from the registration piece, that matters because whatever their head start was, once they start hitting sort of like a bit of a decline, then over that, whatever that head start period of time happens, then that levels the playing field even more if they weren't continuing to get new registrations at the same pace. So, the head start matters though, and it's definitely served them well and it will continue to. So, but yeah, but big shout out to NameJet. This isn't a negative on them. It's more about just analyzing and kind of thinking big picture and talking big picture about domain name auctions and how some of that works. So,
Yeah. And there's still gems to be found there. You just have to sift a little harder, and but they're still there.
well, yeah,
Some weeks are better than others. I mean, we had, I don't remember, maybe a month ago
Guys, I'll be right back.
when it was
Yeah.
like, it was killer. I mean, there was an amazing list.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, look, I'm not trying to be like, oh man, alarmist. Like we've had 2 or 3 not great weeks. I think it's just, but I like to talk about those things conceptually because I think it's interesting when you think about where you're, sort of what we're looking at and, what trends drive some of the things that we see. I mean, if you look at the list right now, what's kind of wild.
Coincidentally, right now, Andrew Alleman literally this moment just posted an article about Newfold's expired domain marketplaces. And, just between the top 103 sales, they sold $500,000. So it's not, they're not doing too bad.
Oh, no, they're doing great. I think that's the
Okay, here's one to, mess your head up. Pay-equity.org for $46,000. I mean, that has to be an SEO driven, must have massive backlinks or something, but what the hell?
that's their biggest sale in the whole thing, Well, look at the top 2 sales, right? It's
Yeah,
pay-equity.org
they're both,
and hmpdacc.org are the 2. Hey, Mark, so what we're saying is as we're talking about NameJet and expired domain auctions, the Andrew Alleman, shout out to Andrew, just posted in the article listing the expired domain sales for the last month or so. And, they had $500,000. So obviously, activity is still very, very, very active. But their 2 biggest sales are very interesting because number one is for 46,000 was pay-equity.org. And then for 42,000 was hmpdacc.org. So is that traffic backlinks? Like what is the right? Is it somehow search?
I mean,
Like,
that's a great thing about domains. There's a buyer, there's something for everyone. Pot for every lid.
oh, and cosmetique or cosmetic, as we talked about on one of the shows. Brig we talked about on the show. Brig sold for 31,000. We did say we're gonna go back and start looking at some of these where we end up buying, or talking about certain names and then seeing what they ultimately end up selling for. And, so we've started to track that a little bit, and we can do that in future shows where we'll talk about what some of these names based on it and see, like, how close we were to when we talked about them versus what they ultimately ended up selling for. And then if we can pay attention long enough, see what then they sell for when they sell in the retail side, like what that looks like, so but yeah. But anyway, all right, well, all good stuff. Good domain talk. That's what we're here for. And shout out to NameJet. Bettertogether.org, 3,000. There's some interesting stuff in here. This is cool. So but yeah, the domain market does what it does, man. All roads lead to domain. So all right, well, let's go around the horn. We're now into grand closing, and we'll go around the group and just see what else, anything that we missed. So starting with you, Mark. What else is good? I know you're trying to buy some concert tickets. What else is going on?
Well, I successfully did that right before the show started. And so thank you. Well, I never have really a lot to promote other than I did buy back an asset a couple of years ago from my old publishing company.
Hmm.
And I gave it a way better domain and it has spiked in traffic. So I have a magazine about the independent publishing business on independentpublishing.com.
Ooh, okay.
And I've gotten back most of the traffic to where it was when I sold it in 2016. And so in my dry domain times, I work on that to
Nice.
keep
So
myself
you
out of
you sold the whole
auctions.
business in 2016?
I sold the business in 2016, but this magazine was part of it, and the company just let it go, and they didn't want to deal with it. And I had independentpublishing.com it's a great name for that industry, so I wanted to give it a good home,
Yeah, yeah.
and it had
So
thousands of backlinks and had a lot of traffic. So it's just a little side project.
I like it. So real quick on the 2016 deal, did you sell the domain as part of the deal back in 16?
No, I sold the website. It used to be called the independentpublishingmagazine.com, which
Wow.
I bought. So that was not my original name. But
Okay.
I bought independent publishing a couple years after the sale. And so I just had it there and I thought it would be a good use. And they didn't want they were just giving up the site. So it was a very cheap to reacquire it and had good
Love it.
bones. And
We've done
so,
a lot of
it's,
that where we've sold a name and ended up buying it back and selling it again or doing whatever. And that's the key to knowing things about things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you stay active and involved and aware, and it's like opportunities present themselves, and it's so that's pretty cool. So independentpublishing.com. So check that out, everybody. We'll put the link in the show notes as well. So that's super, super cool. I dig it. All right. Well, continuing around the horn, Drew, what about you, man? And we'll close out with Logan. But what anything else on your agenda these next couple of weeks? Excited about, not excited about? What's good?
I'm excited about the return of the sun. You know what I'm saying? Hope for peace. And otherwise, that's it, man.
Namaste, baby.
Namaste. Namaste, mofos.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right, Logan, what about you, man? So I know you got spring break coming up. Other than that, just slanging domains and just, doing your thing.
Just buying domains every day and, grateful for the opportunity to do so. And I think we're very blessed to be in the business we're all in because it gives us a lot
For
of
sure.
freedom. And that's the main thing for me is just freedom. I got all the time in the world to do what I want to do with my family and everything. So I'm very grateful for that. And a shout out to one of my favorite bands from the 90s, electronic.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
just listen to music while I'm doing all domain stuff, so electronics one of them I listen to. So that's old Bernard Sumner of New Order and Johnny Marr from the Smiths. They were a band back
Ah,
in the 90s. So like Getting Away with It and Disappointed, songs like that. So
you know
anyway,
what?
one of my favorite bands.
Brent
I'm
Oxley
familiar.
owns electronic.com.
That's right. That's right.
All right. You know what? It's interesting. I'm not super familiar, but I'm familiar with the Smiths and
New Order. Got to know New Order, right?
I knew her, yeah, well, of course. And so that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to see what electronic is like, and I'm a music guy, so I have to
I gotta check them out. It's hard synth plus guitar, so it's got some good stuff. Their debut album from 1990 was probably the best album. It was really good.
all right, I see. Okay, and then yeah, Johnny Marr, like got a little Liam Gallagher look to him, you know what I'm saying? I see that. And all right, cool. Well, everybody check that out as well. And all good stuff. All right, books, music, man, domains, let's get it. It's just in life, that's what it is. And yeah, we are very blessed. And again, to everybody out there with all the craziness in the world, stay safe, please, and look out for yourselves and each other. It's we're all in this together at the end of the day. So and but yeah, so that's about it. So other than that, I want to say thank you guys for taking the time and being on the show. As always, it is much appreciated. And then also to the audience, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, much appreciated. As we say on the show, without you, there is no us. So we appreciate all y'all. Just and hit us up. Let us know any thoughts on any of the things we talked about on today's show. Stuff you like, stuff you don't like, whatever. We're not hard to find, especially on X. And otherwise, that's it. We're going to keep doing what we do, and we'll see everybody next time here on Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Peace out, everybody.